Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Curtis and I am currently converting my medium wheelbase Volkswagen Crafter panel van into a camper van for me and my family of 4. In today's video, I am fitting this Wolfbox rearview camera / dash cam system. So let's jump back to the drive to talk more about how I fitted this. Apologies from the off, this video is going to include my son because it's just me and him today. We're doing some work on the van, so there might be a bit of talking from him in the background of these videos. Yeah, I've got children, a family, that's part and parcel of it. But today's video is we are fitting a rear view camera / dash cam, which is the Wolfbox camera system. This version is the G840S or G840S, not sponsored by Wolfbox. Bought this myself out of my own money. I believe it's a good system. I know a couple of people that have used this system, so yeah, I'm going off recommendations. So let's open this up for the first time and see what this kit comes with. We've got the mirror here. This is the Wolfbox mirror dash cam system. There's the dash cam at the back there. What else have we got in here? We've got some rubber grommets, some sort of trim tool, instructions, cleaning cloth. What's this? I believe this is the GPS that goes in the dash. 12-volt socket for the power delivery. And I believe this is the main rear view camera and cable. And that is pretty much it. There are some things to note about the Crafter and to note about the Wolfbox kit. So as you can see, if I show you here, I'll show you here, this is the mirror that sits obviously on your windshield. You can see it just comes with some clips. It doesn't actually come with a mount to the windshield, so you can mount it to your windscreen. So you need to buy, Wolfbox do their own, a bracket. I've bought a bracket. This is from Amazon. I will link everything in the description below that I use to fit this if it's successful. If not, this video you won't see the light of day. But that bracket is basically windscreen mount, and then that mounts to the bracket like this, and then that will mount to the windscreen. However, when I bought that, what I didn't realize was that this is the bit that goes on the windscreen, but obviously you can't screw to the windscreen, so you need a rear view mirror. I don't know what they're called. I genuinely don't know what they're called, but they look like this. Let me just open it up. I bought a 3-piece set, fairly inexpensive. A little metal, like, I don't know what they're called. We'll find out what they're called when I edit this video, and I will write it here. But again, all the links will be in the description below. So that attaches to the windscreen, so then you can attach the mount to the windscreen, so you can then attach the Wolfbox rearview mirror to the mount, which is attached to this to attach the windscreen. But to attach that to the windscreen, you can't just screw it. So on good authority, you want to get some Loctite rear view mirror bonder. So that's all the additional bits. Also, I've not tried this out yet, but because this is made, so the Wolfbox make this for various vehicles, in the sense it's just a one pack fits all. You've seen the rear view mirror, you've seen the rear view camera with the cable. By all accounts, someone told me it's not long enough to get to the back of a Sprinter or a Crafter. So again, I've also gone for Wolfbox doing extended cable, which is for the rear view camera, specifically from Wolfbox for the rear view camera, and it is, I want to say 50 foot. I believe maybe 50 foot, which is more than plenty to get from the front to the back where we want to mount this camera. So that is all the kit. I'm going to set up, I believe these mounts need to be adhesive to the windscreen, which I'm going to do first. And the instructions on this says it takes about 15 minutes to set properly. So I'm going to start with that, and we will have a look at that. Does it go like that? I think it does, doesn't it? Just above this dash, because I can't get this off. And I don't, it's glass, I don't really want to be chiseling it, screwdrivering it. Sticking this to the windscreen is, the adhesive comes with a pack tube of your adhesive and then an adhesive mesh, which looks like that. You need to cut it to the size of your button, or if this is what it's called, a button. You've got to put the glue on there and then stick the mesh to it, and then that sticks to the windscreen essentially. I've cut the mesh to the size of my button. Now it's a case of hopefully sticking it to, I turn it down a bit, buddy.
I need to get to crocodile.
So now hopefully it should be a case of just sticking it to the windscreen. I feel like I should definitely be wearing gloves. Put him in place. Right now it says just hold up for a minute. So that's what we'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gone pretty solid already. So it says to hold for 30 seconds at least. We've got 15 minutes to wait. As you would have seen, I ran that cable in, which is the extra long cable to connect to the rear camera and then the mount. Right, apologies, the audio is probably going to be really bad because my microphone is on charge. So if you're fitting this in a van and you've got a rear view mirror already, you can use these two different sizes, these little rubber things that clip on to, you see that there? They just hook in there basically. And that would go around your mirror. Then your rear view mirror would fit in there and it would hold it, secure it to the rear view mirror. Now I'm fitting it to a Volkswagen Crafter, so I don't have a rear view mirror. As we've already discussed, I bought this. Now, if I fit that on there and then the rubber bungs, can you see if I demonstrate with just a loose one here? If I demonstrate how the rubber bungs are sat, there's play, and that would just slide about and fall out. So we've got this mount ever so nicely on the back of these things. You can see these things, these little rubber plastic latches to attach to rubber things, and then you can see here these rubber pads to sit nicely against your mirror. Now these plastic bits are just held on with a screw, which are hidden under here, so I've taken one off there. So what you need to do is just peel back the rubber mat here to reveal the screw, undo that screw, pull this out, and then obviously our mount here has holes and screws to then line up perfectly like that. Screw it in, job's a good one. I'm going to do that now and come back and show you. Right, so you can see I've just fixed them on there. So now I'm going to mount this to the windscreen now, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So that should just slide on there like that. Right. So my friends, I'm going to break this camera if I keep sitting on it. Let's stick it up there for now. You know when everything just goes wrong? Everything just goes wrong. Today has just been one of those days. In the build, look. Oh, you might be thinking, where's the mount gone? It's here. There it is. The Loctite. I don't know if it was too rigid or what, I don't know. But it come off. I put this trim back in, and it just came straight off. So yeah, no, I've ordered another set of Loctite because insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? No, I've ordered another lot of Loctite just because I reckon it's not supposed to bend, which I did probably a little bit too much. Yeah, so I've got another 2 of these button mount things, so I'll put another one on. That's going to be here today through Amazon Prime. Thank God for Amazon. Yeah, but it's going to be tonight. So don't do what I did. Don't try and move the main bit of the bracket too much when it's actually glued in, because it's all solid rigid stuff, obviously. Right, all the wires are ran in, and I'm just going to show you what's been done so far. So we've got 3 cables. So we've got, oh, I'm going to sit on the mirror and break it already. Right, 3 cables here. So this one here is for the GPS. That runs along, you can see it there, which I just need to tuck it in, but I've ran it. That runs along there, down here, around there, down the trim, out there, and then there's the GPS module. It comes with a 3M tape, and it's just stuck to the dash. So cable number 2 of the 3 is this USB-C, which is our power delivery, and again this runs this way. So that is ran up here, across the top, down here. It's under this trim, all the way down here. The only place you can really see it is it's all under this trim. You can see it there because I just can't get it up there, but I'll play around. And then it's under here, and then what I did, if you remember when I fitted the aux beam, oh, by the way, I fitted the stickers. When I fitted the aux beam, I drilled a hole. And if you haven't watched that video, you can watch it on my channel. I drilled a hole, and basically what I done is I ran the cable through there, and then here is our 12 volt cigarette lighter style plug, which powers the Wolfbox rearview mirror, and that will just plug into there. And then cable number 3 is this is the one that connects to the rear view camera at the back of the van, and this is the 50 foot, 33 foot, 50 foot extension cable that I said about earlier, and that runs same route along here, but instead of down, we go up above the headliner, and you can see the cable ties here. And what I've done is I've just cable tied it to this existing cable. I've just cable tied it to the existing cable, which I'll snip all these off, and it goes through to the end. And then this is where it gets interesting. So it's not been cable tied here. I will cable tie it back in properly and follow this route, the cable. So then we go in here, down the pillar, and then this is what your doors will look like. You've got this tube, flexible tube, which basically connects the van pillar to the door, because you've got to think the cables that come through here to feed the lights or whatever. This would be the pulley the door mechanism, but over here we've got the license plate with the license plate lights. That all needs to be electric. So sorry, pop this off here, and I pop this off here, and I've fed the cable through the tube into the door, and then it comes down, and we are here. We've got a lot of excess cable at the moment on the floor. A lot of excess cable on the floor at the moment, which I don't know what I'm going to do with. I'm probably going to circle it up, tape it up, and keep it secure, but it'll probably live in this door panel. Now we're ready to fit the camera. Now I've seen a few different options for people to mount them, but I'm going to mount mine on the back door. I'm going to mount it here, I think, just there in this corner, so I think that's a good spot for it there. So I'm just going to tuck it in there. So what happens is I'm going to drill a hole through this, which is just a plastic trim, and that should pop me out through this hole. Sorry, and that should pop me out just through there as the plastic trim in this little bit here, and then I can pull the connection cable of the camera up through there, and then we can connect them in, and we should be ready to wire it up. So that is what I'm going to do now. So, camera is fitted. Let me show you. See here, put the camera on, and then the cable is drilled up through here and comes out of this hole here. I'm a scaredy guy.
Loki and me are scaredy guys.
Connected.
I got
So I think it's probably time we test it, really. Make sure everything works and in the right place before we put it all together. Well, start tidying everything up. This cable needs tidying up. That needs to be put back on the door properly. So before we do that,
Here's your ticket.
thank you for my ticket. So let's test it.
Grab it then. Say thanks.
Thanks for my ticket. Right.
Close my door.
Huh? Right, tested, it works. For the time being, it works. I've plugged it in. Let me turn you around so you can see here. It's all plugged in. Obviously, we're still waiting for the Loctite so I can mount it. You can see my dog just walking around the back of the van. So that's the rear view camera here. I've still got the sticker on, which I'm going to leave on for now until I properly fit it, and I'll come back and show you all the features. Front camera, and you can swipe between front and back like that. So that's rear view. Good morning. It's the next day. The new little Loctite has arrived, and we've got the attempt number 2. I've got one more attempt after this if this goes wrong, to mount the Wolfbox rear view mirror to the windscreen using the Loctite. Now I'm putting it down to this. If I move you up here, this panel here I had off because I was faffing around with these panels, because initially I wanted to put the aux beam switch up here, but it would have looked good, but it would have been annoying, and now I'm glad I did with the green light. But so I had these panels off, and I thought it would make it easier to run the cables in, etc., which it didn't. I thought it would make it easier to run these cables in for the rear view mirror. It didn't. It didn't help. Let me move you back down. So I'd mounted the mirror to the windscreen and then tried to put that panel on, but I was just moving the mirror a little bit too much, I think. And obviously it is metal and hard plastic and glue, and it's very rigid, it goes solid. So I'm putting it down to, because I moved it a bit too much, or tried to give it a bit too much flex, that is why it fell off. So I'm gonna attempt number 2 with the Loctite. If this doesn't work, I'm probably just gonna go down the Sikaflex route and just Sikaflex one of these on to that window and go with that. Flat edge of the glue. Our activator is going to go on, and then green, sharpish. Right, hold them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 37, 38, 39. Right, again, it says give that 15 minutes to set. I'm probably going to give it maybe about half hour. It's 9:15 now. I'll give it till 10 o'clock to really set, and I'll be back in 45 minutes to see if I can mount this bad boy, wire it in, and be happy. Right, might take it for a little drive to see if it falls off while driving as well. So we'll see. Yep. Hello. Right, it's been 45 minutes. Our Loctite feels quite sturdy, but it felt sturdy last time, obviously. And so now it's the moment of truth. Last time I also impact drilled the screw here onto the button. I'm just going to do it by hand this time, just to hopefully not put too much pressure on the button itself. So a moment of truth to get it on. Oh, there she is on there. Unless if we hand tighten this here. There we go. Right. Does it feel like it's going anywhere, but I don't want to wiggle it too much. I'm going to take it for a drive in a second as well. GPS cable, which slots in here. Like that. And then we've got that's to connect the rear view camera itself. And then power delivery, USB-C cable slots in at the top there as well. So those cables are there. This one needs tidying up a little bit because I'm not happy with it at all. In the Crafter, the 12 volt socket is always on, so I need to figure out something, which I have figured out how to fix it, but that might be in a later video. So what I recommend, if you're going to get one of these, Wolfbox do a hard wiring kit, which I will put here, and I will link in the description below. I will buy one and I will rewire the power delivery system, which by all accounts you wire it up and then it basically works with the ignition as you would want it to. So I will link it in the description and I will put a picture of it here so you can see what to look out for. But I believe that's about 25 quid. So I'm going to get one and then I will wire it up and then I'll tell you guys about it in a later video once I've done it. But for now, it's annoying, but it's a case of I just need to, when I drive the van, plug the 12 volt lead into the socket. So once that comes on, makes a little noise. I've yet to go through the instructions and figure out everything it can do. So this is my rear view camera. The nice thing about this as well is you can actually move it. Look at all that rubbish down there. Apologies. You can change the angle of it, and then this is the dash cam, which again you could change the angle of to be a better suited driving position. I will need to figure out all my angles, and then I think if you swipe again, you got all three. You get both. Front, rear. The good thing is the dash cam also records, which you can see up here. It's recording. It comes with a SD card, Lexar SD card, which is decent. I need to set the time. The date is actually correct. And yeah, we are good to go. I'm going to take it for a drive and hopefully it stays in place. So I'm going to take it for a drive and let's see what happens. So you can see the forward dash cam position. That's it, driving. We've got the speed there, 10 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour, direction I'm heading. It's recording. Swipe a lot across to dual mode. So that gives me reverse and forward facing. So there we have it. I've taken it for a spin around my town. It's held up well. It's still stuck to the windscreen. There's a bit of adjustment to be done to the rear camera that you're seeing me on. I've got it quite high now so I can record this section of the video, but I think I'd like it a bit further down. But the bracket is on, it's quite movable, it works quite well. So yeah, it's just about finding the position that works well for me. The front camera is absolutely ace. It records as well directly to the SD card at an interval of 1 minute each slot, I think. The memory card is full, and then overwrite that and start again. So in case of any accidents and stuff, you've got the footage backed up to an SD card that you can use for insurances purposes and stuff like that, which is absolutely phenomenal. I didn't realize it did that, and now I do, so that's good. The GPS module works really well as well. It tells you the speed that you're going on the dash cam, which is great. I'll try and overlay some footage here, but yeah, it shows you the speed that you're doing and the direction you're traveling, which is just a nice little bonus feature. But overall, it works really well. The quality is phenomenal. I believe it's 4K, even 1080p. It's really good video quality. You can see it, and it works really well, and I love it already. And I've only done one drive in it, so fingers crossed it stays on the windscreen. I will keep you guys updated. But if you've got any questions about what I've done here or anything at all regarding the Wolfbox, please let me know in the comments. if you've liked this video, please think about if you've liked this video or found it useful, please think about giving me a like. Even subscribe to the channel, it really helps us out. But yeah, until next time, I will see you next week. And yeah, as always, love you, bye.